Hey, how's it going? Don't you love it when you get those random out of the blue emails from UPS that are like, your package is on the way. And then you're like, great. What package? I didn't order anything. So to get an email saying your package is on the way, I was like, well, I'm intrigued. What package? What is on the way? I mean, I'll take it, but I don't know what it is. So because of this, I decided to unpack my favorite bubble pipe and my very best Sherlock Holmes hat and dig a little bit deeper. And by dig a little bit deeper, I meant I just looked at the preceding email. Had I read that one first, I would have actually found out very easily that the package was sent via Spin Master, which makes sense because they're the only toy company that sends me free stuff to review. So, full disclosure, I didn't buy this. This was sent to me for free from Spin Master. But rest assured, I will give these products a full and honest review, as always. You know, because it's Spin Master and I know that these products are aimed at children, I'm not going to be as harsh on them as I would if they were an adult collectible or something that was targeted at youth and adults. These are squarely targeted towards youth, even though they know that some grown-ups will buy them. Anywho, tomorrow came, which is today, and the package arrived on my doorstep, and this is the box right here. Not as big as the other ones, but certainly more colorful on the outside. As you can see, this is part of their DC Batman Bat Tech Edition collection. I have no idea what's in the box. I can't assume that it's probably something like what I've already seen on store shelves, just based on the fact that the promotional items from Spin Master usually don't go out until after things hit store shelves, and I have seen some new things in my local Walmart. So I can assume I probably know what this is, but I don't know for sure. I won't know until I open it. So let's do just that. Let's open it. So I got out my sharp implement of cutting, and let's cut that tape. All right. I'm actually kind of excited. This is very much a blind box for me. And I love my blind boxes. What's in here? No, I don't want to look. I don't want to look. I'm looking at you. You can see. I'm looking at you. Oh, the box says, welcome, new recruit. I'm a recruit for Batman Bat Tech. All right. And in the box we have, what's this? Oh, so this opens up. And you have, I'm assuming that's a figure. Hold on, I got to turn it around. Oh, it's a Batman figure that has all kinds of gold accessories. I see. That's cool. This is going to be a Christmas gift for Robert. Right off the bat. And what's the next item? And I looked. Okay, so now I know exactly what's in here. White tissue paper. Don't do that. And there is also a Bat Monster truck. The Bat Tech Crawler. We'll have a closer look at these in a second. Oh, cool. Oh, this is definitely something that I'm excited about because it's got Mr. Freeze in the box. Okay, so we got Mr. Freeze and Batman with the Bat Tech Flyer. So there's a vehicle. We got another Batman and villain box set with another vehicle, the Bat Tech Crawler, and Deathstroke is here. And I don't have Deathstroke, so that's kind of cool. And then, as mentioned, there is a Bat Tech monster truck. Yeah, well, this is kind of fun. I could totally see my boy loving this on Christmas morning. Thanks, Spin Master. Oh, and if you're wondering what the rest of the box looks like, it's empty. There's nothing else. There's nothing else in it. Except for my head. So what we're going to do for the rest of the video is we are going to move over there to the review bench, and we're going to look at this stuff up close and personal, and give it a full review. So let's go over there. Okay, so everything is over here on the review bench. The Bat Monster Truck All-Terrain Batmobile, the Batman figure inside the little vault, and both the two packs that come with the vehicle. And let's look at everything individually, starting with the little Batman figure in the vault. Why? Well, that's because it's the smallest, and it'll be the easiest to get out of the way. So, yeah, looking up close, you've got this octagonal-shaped box here, and it opens up almost like Batman's armor vault that you'd find in the Batcave. And on the inside, there's various pieces of armor, the cowl, the chest piece, gauntlets, and a batarang, as well as this side having 3 different gun objects. One's a launcher, one's a zapper, and one's a blaster, and then 2 more batarangs, for a total of 3 batarangs. Without having to take Batman out of this package, we can actually see that he's just a straight-up regular Batman figure that's been molded in black with a gold belt and a gold bat on his chest. Next we have the smaller of the 2 packs, the one that comes with Deathstroke, and the Bat Tech Crawler. One thing I always like about this line of figures is that the box art is incredibly catchy. This is really well-designed, kid-friendly packaging. On the back, we're going to get a little bit of an idea of what we're going to get in the box here. Obviously both figures, an absolute butt-ton of accessories, and then the vehicle itself. Using my sharp implement of cutting, I'm going to cut the box, and we're going to take this guy out. What is in the... Ooh. Well, that is different. Usually there's some kind of, like, design in the inside. It's just a generic cardboard box on the inside. I mean, it doesn't really matter. That's old school. Vehicle, figures, and accessories. It seems clear to me that these katana blades are going to go to Deathstroke, just like that, while Batman will get all of his wonderful toys. Bat double-headed pole axe, Bat jetpack, Bat this thing, Bat dismemberment gauntlet. Where is she? He's also got a Bat fist with bats on top, maybe like a gauntlet or something for punching, but that doesn't explain why they're on that side. Maybe it launches batarangs. I don't know. Also, he's got a Bat freeze gun, a Bat grenade launcher. Ooh, I know what this is. This is a Bat sonic gun. Or it's a Bat speeding radar. Like he hangs out at the side of the road and tries to catch speeders or something like that. And here he has a great big batarang. Finally, a bata something that I know what it is. A batarang. Clearly the Bat Tech color theme for this guy, all the light blue, is supposed to be like, whoa, it's like super high technology. You can kind of see it's translucent through the lighter blue parts of his legs and then his upper forearms here. He's definitely very cool. If you've got kids, this is definitely going to be something they're going to enjoy playing with. Kids love accessories, and kids love vehicles. And this is really neat. It kind of looks like a Skidoo, only not quite a Skidoo. Like, it's got this really cool, big, huge, round, bulbous back wheel with bats on it. You can actually see, I think this is supposed to be like bat symbols on the tread. I mean, there is a whole Batman motif to it, of course. You got a bat symbol and a bat symbol and the bat wings and a bat symbol and a bat symbol and more bat wing type details here. You got the bat face on the front. Bats on the front treads like that. I'm surprised there's not a bat on the underbelly. Definitely a really cool vehicle. And he does fit on there really nicely for one. He's not going to fall off, which is cool. And you do have to kind of really persuade his legs apart to get him to fit on this thing, and you got to make sure you have his feet sideways, otherwise they won't fit in between the treads and then this metal bit here. But he does fit on nicely. His hands do hold the handles, and overall I think this is a really fantastic design for child imaginative playtime. This is something that if I had as a kid, I probably would have cracked this vehicle out a lot. This probably would have been one of my go-to bat vehicles. And then finally, the Batman figure is one that I've never seen before. Maybe he's an existing figure they've just used as a repaint, but I've never seen him before. Very interesting design for the whole bat suit. He kind of reminds me a little bit of a Brotherhood of Steel armored character from Fallout. And then finally we have the Deathstroke figure, which in all honesty I wasn't really thinking I was going to see show up on my town, on account of the fact that we never saw Reverse Flash or Catwoman or John Stewart Green Lantern, so I figured that this one would just be another character that I added to the list of ones that I couldn't get my hands on. But hey, here we are. I've got him. Spin Master sent him to me. Woohoo! And I can add him to the collection. He is fantastic. I think the Spin Master is doing a really great job handling their portion of the DC license, creating figures that are designed specifically for child's imaginative playtime. He's sculpted and painted quite nicely, so no real big complaints there. I'm sure that Robert is going to have an amazing time playing with this guy as well, especially since he comes with both of these katana blades. When I was a kid, I loved figures that came with swords, and this guy comes with 2. That's double the fun. Twice the awesome. And then we come to the second of the 2 figure slash vehicle 2-packs here, Bat Tech Flyer with Mr. Freeze versus Batman. The back of this box doesn't actually showcase the figures and the accessories like the previous one. It just has an illustration of Batman and Robin along with the Bat Tech Flyer just off to the left there. Let's take them out and see what we can see. I don't want to talk about the packaging anymore. I just want to get these guys out and in plain view. Now, unlike the previous 2, neither of these guys come with any bat weapons. It's just the figures and then the Bat Tech Flyer. It seems simple enough for child play. For one, you got these here bombs that you can drop. You just poke them through and they just fall. Batman fits in this thing pretty easy too, I would expect. It's actually like a sky bike. He just straddles over top. There's a rocket on the back. Oh, it's just like a sky motorbike with wings. And obviously no wheels. So it's like a kind of like that. It's reminiscent of that. Let's get his hands around the... Get your hands around the... Get him around the... Get around! Get around! Get... Oh my gosh. As I was saying, you just cram his hands around those there joysticks, and then you can just close the back over top of his cape. Hang on a second. I guess we just shove his cape off to the side, and then we can close it. Ta-da! And now we have Aerial Batman on a flying crotch rocket with machine guns on the front and the ability to drop beer kegs from high heights. I do like the fact that the bottom of this thing has been designed and sculpted too, that it's not just plain and boring. And then the Batman and Mr. Freeze figures themselves, I'm going to assume that they're both just repaints. Mr. Freeze I am super stoked to get my hands on. I'm one of those guys that's like, the more Mr. Freezes the merrier. And the fact that the single carded version, which was a Target exclusive, never came to Walmart here, and I never even saw it in my Toys R Us, fills this old geek with joy that I finally got my hands on a Mr. Freeze. And I didn't have to pay for it. And Spin Master did a great job on Mr. Freeze's face. That's actually really good. Nicely done. And the Batman, you know, I'm going to assume that this is a repaint just because, I mean, tooling is expensive. And why tool brand new figures every time when you can just do repaints? And let's face it, we know that Spin Master has done some Batman figures that have been repainted. So I don't know for sure, but I'm going to assume that this is a repainted version of a Batman that already existed, so the paint job is what I'm assuming is exclusive. But who knows? I could be wrong. This could be all original to this 2-pack. As for their articulation, honestly, I don't really think I need to go into it. We know pretty much what a Spin Master DC figure can get, so I'm just going to leave that part out and move directly on to our final piece, the all-terrain Batmobile. It shows here that because this thing can drive effectively through dirt, rocks, snow, and even grass, supervillains can't hide. And it's fun because it's an RC with styrofoam wheels, which I would say just be a little bit careful. It does have rubber back here on the tires, so it's not like they're just styrofoam. The styrofoam is cool though because it'll allow this to float. I'm going to test this bad boy out in water. And the back shows exactly what scale the figure fits in here. Obviously, it's going to be 4-inch scale, USB charging, and fully function 2.4 gigahertz. Now, this controller here, which is batteries not included, you can see that it's already lit up. Ah! and ready to go. I accidentally hit the go button. Well, it takes 2 little AAA batteries. And then when you've used up all the juice in this bad boy from driving it all over God's green earth, you can see it's got a little USB charger here, and you just plug it into wherever you charge your USB stuff in your house. And because this is supposed to be water resistant, there's actually a rubber seal around where you put the USB charger lid back on. And there's also a little rubber thing around the power button too. So they really want you to take a chance and drive this thing in the water. Which is exactly what we're going to do after we take a close-up look at this thing. From the front, this thing looks every bit as Batman-like as you would expect. Actually, kind of comic-esque. Directly from the sides, we can see the pipes sticking out the side there, the exhaust pipes. Fantastic design there. And then on the back, oh, there's a little piece of thin plastic that comes on this little film. It's stuck to my fingers. Get off. Get. Now, how did that happen? How did that get off? You've got the fiery thruster here, more Batman-esque design features to it. And then right here, you got a little knob. You can turn this like that. And that's what opens up the cockpit. And you can see that this is perfectly big enough to fit a 4-inch scale Batman figure. Let's try it with this Bat-Tech Batman figure. We'll just put him in there like that, close the top, turn the little knobby do like that so it's locked. That way the figure doesn't fall out if it rolls upside down, and it keeps the inside nice and dry for when you're driving it outside in the water. Okay, so let's take this out for a spin. So I suppose the first place to try this out would be the bathtub. In the name of science, and in order to achieve a clear test of just how buoyant this Batmobile really is with those styrofoam tires, I'm gonna have to put enough water in the tub for the Batmobile to achieve maximum buoyancy. That is, not touching the bottom at all. Okay, I think that should be enough water. Let's put the Batmobile in the tub, and oh my god, it floats! Of course it floats. Of course it floats. It's styrofoam. That's what styrofoam does. Okay, let's see if we can get it to go in any single direction. That way if you stick it in the water at your pond, it's not just going to float away with the current. Oh, it kind of does. Let's see if we can get it to reverse. I don't know. I really hope this doesn't flood. This is going to be a real test here. Okay, so we can steer it. Let's go to one side, then turn around and come back the other way. Front, yep, turn, and then back the other way. Okay, so this thing works surprisingly well. I didn't think it was actually going to be this easy to steer it. It's slow going, but I mean, what do you want? It's a monster truck floating on the water. Alright, now it's time to drive this bad boy around on the grass. Time to see what it's got for torque and beef. Whoa! Well, that's kind of fun. Alright, let's get it off the deck. Woo! What is that? It's still on its 4 wheels. Oh my god, what the heck? Oh no, it's stuck again. Alright, let's try that again. So it's got a lot of torque, oh goodness. It seems to end up upside down a lot. Alright, come to Papa. Nice and slow. Don't drive over any dog poopies. Yeah. So it's got a lot of torque, and it's upside down again. Okay, so we made it through all that. It was a bit of a circus at times. I do understand that. That fact is not lost on me. And yes, it has been, indeed, a few days later since I recorded the last footage. It was the weekend. I had squeakier wheels to attend to, like family time and other videos to make. But alas, I'm back and I'm going to give my final thoughts on this here free box of Spin Master Bat-Tech swag that they sent me just in time for Batman Day, might I add, that I also wasn't able to get the video up in time, also, might I add, too. The point is, what do I think about these? I think that they're fantastic, as always. I love what Spin Master's doing. I know that some people might say, well, you're getting this stuff for free, so you're a shill. And that's not the case. I am always honest. I really have a hard time lying. I don't like lying to people about anything if I can get away with it. And so I'm telling you the truth when I say I feel like Spin Master, as always, is doing a fantastic job holding and nurturing and creating products for their portion of the DC license. We know that these products, along with everything Spin Master's done with the DC license, are made and targeted squarely at children, and they do a fantastic job of creating products that children want to play with. I know because my 8-year-old, who would be the target market for this, loves playing with all of my Spin Master DC stuff. There's no shortage of vehicles, and there's even a Batcave playset, and there are so many characters that is exactly the kind of thing that young children getting involved in the world of action figures need. It's those contact points that kids have in their first few years playing with any kind of a toy, action figure or otherwise. It's those things that create contact points that make them lifelong fans of whatever it is. That's why my wife still likes Rainbow Bright, and my daughter still likes My Little Pony, and she's a teenager now. Myself, my first action figures that I collected were the Superpowers collection. They were that first touch point. And so that began a lifelong interest in those characters that I could hold in my hand, and also in action figure collecting in general. And I feel like these are perfect. I'm not saying if you're an adult you can't buy these as well. I'm sure there'll be plenty of adults who want to collect these. Personally, if I had seen Mr. Freeze and Deathstroke single-carded hanging on the peg anywhere, anytime, any place ever, I would have picked them up for myself. And my son would have been like, "Can I have those?" And I would have been like, "No, stay away, those are mine." No, I'm kidding. That sounds kind of mean. I would have let him play with them like the rest of them. But you get my point. I think that these are fantastic. I think that Spin Master is doing a fantastic job. And also a big fat thank you to them for sending me this stuff for free. So I guess that's it. Have yourself a super awesome DC day, everybody. And take care. Oh, and I don't know where to find these. You'll have to go on the hunt. Walmart, Target, or wherever. And I do know that this was an exclusive, so you won't find that anywhere. But everything else, you just got to go on the hunt to find it. Okay, that's it. For real this time. See you later.